Hi guys, welcome to the video and a warm and happy new year to you. I hope it's a lovely one for you. Today we are working on, well not working on, but we are swatching some of the colours that I've really loved this year, and I also want to do colour comparisons for you so that you can kind of see if those are the ones that you'd like. So there are some old favourites in this list, there are some new ones, and I also wanted to swatch some of the ones that have been in previous things. First of all, you guys love them, I love them, and I do get a lot of questions about how they compare to other colours, so I wanted to pop that in here as well. So we're going to swatch them in this Arches, it's a cotton sketchbook, so a really beautiful one, and then I do kind of touch on it a little bit more in the sketchbook video. I just recently did, kind of as part of December, I did a sketchbook favorites video. If you missed that one, that is really, I really loved making that video, and it goes through quite a lot of different sketchbooks, ones that you can make, ones that you can buy, yeah, just a variety of different ones that are on the market. So first things first, you can see I always wet my paintbrush and just put a dab of water on the colours that I'm going to use to help them start to re-wet and reconstitute. So the first colour that we're going to swatch is from Kremer Pigments, and this is like an online shop. You can, they have one in New York, but you can get them online, and I think they have one in Europe. So this is the Violet Iron Glimmer, and as you'll see, it's pretty similar to a Hematite Violet. I have yet to meet a Violet Earth that I don't love. This one here is the Isaro Rose. So this is one that I've been using a lot this year, and I get a lot of questions about it. Isaro is a kind of a smaller brand, but I really love her paints. They're very beautiful, and this one here is more of a magenta version of like a Quinacridone Rose or a Quinacridone Magenta. This one here is a beautiful one. This is Begonia by Little Reverie Studio. I'll have the shops and the colours linked below, but yeah, this is just a beautiful one. And then the next one here is her Peach Pop as well. So these are colours that are not light fast, they're more fluorescent, but they're so lovely to use. They will fade over time, but how I like to use them is to paint the painting first, and then to add touches of these on top, so that as they fade, you kind of still know what the colour is, what the painting is underneath. But you don't miss out on that experience of that really nice bright colour for now and for however long that lasts. So this one here is a Daniel Smith one. This is Pyrrol Orange, and you'll see a little bit later in the video I have two colours in this half pan. I have the Pyrrol Orange and the Daniel Smith Organic Vermillion, and I love them both. This one's more orange, the other one is a more red orange. And this year I think I've just been gravitating a little bit more towards this one. When you water it down, you can see there when it's very watered down, it's a very pale peach, really beautiful colour. So this one here is also from Kremer Pigments. This is their Incarnate #1. You can see I was just pointing to the Cinabrese, the Wallace Seymour Cinabrese, which used to be more like this colour. I'll swatch the old version out once we've swatched these to compare it, but you can see there that the new one is more of a powder pink, which again is a gorgeous colour, but I wish they would offer both. The old one was more of this colour, and it just really beautiful. So this one here is, but I really do like the Kremer, the Incarnate one. It's got a very a translucent quality. It's very beautiful as well. So this one here is the Daniel Smith French Ochre. This one here, I went through quite a number of ochres until I finally landed on this one. I really like it because it's very translucent as well. I think like sometimes ochres get quite heavy. And you can see I've just got a little primary triad here, and I'm showing you that like out of my reds I would pick the Incarnate one, and I would pick the French Ochre out of the yellows, and then I'm kind of pairing that with a couple of different blues. So they're not your normal primary triads, but these are colors that I would gravitate towards. If I could pick one red, it would, or you know, in the group of red, it would always be the Kremer Incarnate one or something like that, really sort of soft peach color. So this one here is kind of a sap green that I've mixed. So it's the Daniel Smith Tigers Eye mixed with the Winsor & Newton cadmium free lemon yellow, and I just squeezed a little bit of both into the tube until it was the right kind of color that I wanted, and you can see it's got that kind of beautiful granulation. This one here is Winsor & Newton Davys Grey, and you can see it's this beautiful kind of green grey, like a eucalyptus green. I really love it. It's very soft, very translucent, and really lovely to use as an underpainting colour. So this one here is Greenleaf and Blueberry French Earth. This is one that has been, I think both of these have been new to my kind of palette this year. And yeah, I really love them. I feel like they're quite beautiful and unique colours. This one here is Daniel Smith Duochrome Lapis Sunlight. It's kind of like a minty shimmer colour, and you can this one is Stoneground Paints Pistachio, a beautiful mint green as well. But you can see that I really like to combine these very earthy, very natural colours with shimmer colours and more vibrant colours. This one here is another Greenleaf and Blueberry one. This is their Malachite, and again just an absolutely beautiful colour. We'll compare this one to the Sennelier Emerald Green as well, and one thing about some of the Greenleaf and Blueberry colours like this, they may not always be in stock, and also they are on the pricier end. They are worth it, I think, but if you are just starting out with watercolours, Roman Schmincke has a lot of similar colours which are a really phenomenal quality. I really love their paints as well. I have like a whole nother Roman Schmincke palette, so you can check that video out. But this one here is a Beam Paints. This is their Viridian. Again, it's like this transparent, beautiful, kind of a blue-green. It's a really pretty colour. And then this one is Pyrrol Green. So this is a new addition to my palette this year as well. This is the Schmincke Pyrrol Green. I think actually I probably have been using it for a couple of years, and you'll see that sort of coming up more. But yeah, you can see when you water it down a lot, and you water these down, they're very beautiful shadowy colours as well, so they can bring a little bit of life into your painting in that way. Yeah, the next one, so here I'm going to show you, this is the Sennelier Emerald Green. And again, it's a very beautiful minty green. This is kind of a watered down swatch, and then you can see that it gets quite intense in chroma. So this one is a Hematite Violet, so I'm going to show you this. I think we'll do a few comparisons on this page before we move on to the blues. And yeah, you can see it's very similar. Again, Roman Schmincke also has one. It's called Iron Chrome Brown. It's a very similar one to that. So this one here is the Daniel Smith Quinacridone Rose, and you can see how it compares to the Isaro Rose. I'm also just swatching it here in a pale version, very watered out, so you can see kind of the slight difference there. And then this one here is Daniel Smith, I think it's Daniel Smith Opera Rose. So you can see this one compared to the Begonia there, how the Opera Rose is kind of it has a fluorescent pigment in it with also a with a magenta pigment I think as well, but you can see how the Begonia is a lot brighter than that. And then this one is the Daniel Smith Organic Vermillion, so I swatched a lighter version of that and then a light version of the Pyrrol Orange. Let's see. So I've gotten out this little palette. I have a couple of little palettes that I'll show you in this video, and they're filled with either harder to get colors or colors that that they're hard to get, so they're kind of like special little palettes. I don't use them that much anymore, but this one has a little bit of the original Wallace Seymour Cinabrese in it, so I'm just swatching that here for you so you can see that the Kremer is a very good alternative for that color. And then this one here is a mix that I just put in there of Sedona, the Daniel Smith Sedona, and white. And you can see when I say that the Sedona, it's kind of my version of a burnt sienna, but it's got pink undertones. You can see that coming out there when you put the white in with it. And then this one is the Cheap Joe's, I think it's the American Journey, it's their house brand, it was called Apricot. And then this one is the Shell Pink, it's the Shell Pink Holbein mixed with also sort of, compared with the Peach Pop and kind of all those sort of blush colors you can see there. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an overview of kind of some of the different colors available, and that you can use some of your burnt sienna type colors and mix them with white to get some of those peach and blush colors as well. And we got a tip in one of the recent videos that possibly the Wallace Seymour Cinnabar mixed with white also will give you a beautiful color like that. So this one here is the Wallace Seymour Shimmer Iron Glimmer. So it's just a really beautiful one. It's got a sparkle. It's like a granulating black with a sparkle, but it's quite soft. I really enjoy it. And then this one is the Daniel Smith Indigo. Really, really love it. It's a beautiful, deep, kind of like a more midnight blue. And then this one is the Daniel Smith Lapis Lazuli. So again, this is one of their Primatech series, so like a genuine rock. And yeah, very, very beautiful color. It's a softer blue and it's got a lot of granulation. I'll show you compared to like ultramarine as well in a minute. So yeah, I really love that, especially like for skies and clouds. It makes the sky very moody. You can also pair it with a little bit of like a Viridian to make it a little bit brighter if you want to, but yeah, really lovely. So the next one after that was just the Daniel Smith Interference Blue, and then this one is the Wallace Seymour Blue John, which I really love. It's like a, they call it I think a grey with a bit of lilac in it. And then this one is, so you can see these are like warm greys. This one is the Ocean Paper. It's the Silk Grey. Again, a really beautiful color, and I do show a lot of mixes of colors like that on the channel. So if you go back through some of my favorite mixing videos, you'll see that often a bit of purple, brown and white, and you'll get something like that. So this one here is Daniel Smith Purpurite, the kind of this kind of aubergine color. It's a really beautiful one. I've been using that quite a lot this year, and you can see like they just give you some really yummy kind of colors. And so we'll also compare that one to the ultramarine violet as well. So here is the ultramarine blue. You can see just the ultramarines are more vibrant blue. I have been trying to use this more. I'm always drawn to paintings that have this kind of colouring, but I just seem to never use it in my work. So I have been working on putting that in more. Okay, so I am just showing you this Sedona and white. This is the Beam Paints Burnt Sienna, so hopefully you can see kind of what I mean here in like a more pink undertone, so the browns. So I thought I was grabbing Sienna Sedona, but I actually grabbed roasted French ochre here, but I think it's the similar thing. You can see how when you mix it with white, the undertones are a little bit pinker, and that will create, so in the beginning it doesn't necessarily matter, you know, which colors, and you're kind of learning things, but as you go on you kind of realize that there might be a slightly different version of a color that you're looking for that will mix differently with your palette and give you kind of different a different feeling that you're looking for. So I'm just showing you here some paintings that I've finished this year. I finished that shoe, I put the florals on it, and I did a little series of these paintings with the silk petals on them. I sent these off as gifts with some of the orders this year, and I really loved it. It's kind of like a little fairy bringing you a present, so yeah. And so I also thought while we were here, let's do a recap of kind of Vlogmas and kind of a round out, finish it up. So over December I couldn't get any like watercolor videos done, but I still wanted to do something as kind of like an advent calendar of videos. So we did a selection of books. Now they're not art books in the traditional sense, but you can see here how beautifully crafted they are, and very, very creatively inspiring, very artful kind of books. I really enjoyed sharing these books with you guys, and I am so glad that a lot of you love them as well. So here is a little stack of books that we didn't get to in December, but we'll share some of these in another video. Maybe every couple of months I'll do like a book roundup video or something. There's just so many beautiful ones out there, so okay, so next up is just a little kind of recap of some Christmas festivities, Christmas baking festivities, but also a lot of these are ideas that you can use year round as well. So the first thing that we did is made some Rocky Road, and again, like we used like nativity and Christmas molds, but you could use birthday ones or just different party ones. So, and you can just look up chocolate molds like on Amazon, and then we're just melting the chocolate in a glass dish on, so the saucepan has water in it, boiling water, and we're just melting the chocolate on top, and then we're just putting the chocolate pretty haphazardly into these molds. Again, this is just a fun one to do with kids, with grandkids, and just they really enjoy it. So this we have like this little plate here full of marshmallows and almonds, I think chocolate, like dried strawberries and dried orange peel, and then sprinkles, and so they can just kind of go to town decorating the chocolate, and then you just pop it in the fridge. I think it hardens in about 20 minutes or half an hour, and yeah, then they can eat their little creations. So it's just a very nice one. So we also made two other things. We made a meringue wreath, which I'll show you in a minute, but we also made a Swiss log type thing. So we tried a Swiss log last year. So last year was really when we only started baking and trying to do a few baked things throughout the year, and at Christmas last year. So this is kind of all new to us, but you can see like we tried again this, I think it's called Bûche de Noël, so it's a Yule log, but it's just basically a Swiss roll. So you make this flat cake, but you roll it up in like a tea towel, and then you've got to kind of unroll it and put cream in, and some, you know, we put strawberries in there, and you can see that it did crack, but we just hid that at the bottom. Then we just drizzled chocolate over the top and kind of scraped it with a fork to make it look more like a log. And then this is the meringue wreath. So it took us quite a while, to probably 5 or 6 tries to actually get the meringue to kind of crisp up and work correctly. So yeah. So Christmas this year was a bit last minute, but you can see here we have just put like ornaments on the table. I love to get one of these wrapping papers from Home Goods and just lay that down as like a table runner, because you know you can spill food on it and everything. It still looks really pretty, and you know it's not kind of messy like that. So yeah, and then our last update is our Live with Millie. This is our new puppy. If you didn't see the book advent, she is a Bernese mountain dog. So we got her as a 16-week-old puppy, and yeah, we got her. My mum has actually always wanted a Great Pyrenees, and then she saw one of these on Instagram. It was really friendly and nice, dog. So then we looked it up, and these are the friendliest of the livestock guardians. So we went with one of these. We actually had a series of things. We saw one at some shops that we were going to, yeah, and anyway, so and you can see she is an absolute bundle of energy. So the guy that we got her off, we told him that we had a husky, and he said, oh no, these are nothing like huskies, they're very lethargic. And I mean, she just goes, like, I would say compared to the husky, he was lethargic as compared to her. So she yeah, it's just been like non-stop ball of energy, and just wanting to play and wanting to do this and that. I think if there was a show for extreme puppies, she would definitely be one of the top contenders. So you can see we've also got our cat. He's an older cat, and he has had a bit of a difficult year. So we've been taking him outside. When he was little, he had sort of cross eyes, and I think that might have frightened him going outside. So he's never liked going out on the grass or anything. He just claws to get back inside. But you can see here where we've gotten to, we go on a little walk, and then he just proceeds to kind of like, right, let's go home, let's get it back inside. So yeah, then we got them, we went to Petco, and we got the pets a little bit of an early Christmas, the week before Christmas, and so they got some toys, some beds and treats and all of that stuff. So Rosie, the little white dog, she has never liked, she's never wanted to dress up. Those Instagram dogs that always dress up and things, she does not like to do that. But ever since Millie came, she has got this little, the collar that she's got on makes a little bell noise. And yeah, she will not take it off. And then she put the jumper on immediately, like the little, the dog vest there. Like, yes, she's just very much into being pampered now. With all the new, I think she's just overly stimulated, Millie. She was having a hard time resting and sleeping, so we put Andrea Bocelli on. And you could hear that the music was decently blasting, but she was just out in a flash. She just absolutely loves sleeping to Andrea Bocelli. So yeah, it really calms her down. And she, as soon as you turn it off, she'd pop her head up, and then you'd put it back on, and she would just lie straight back down. So, and she doesn't like it soft. She likes it a little bit louder. So yeah. So I have also had quite a few comments about how big her paws are, and you can see here, like, I can't even get my hand around them. So they're quite large. She is so big for a puppy, and so strong. She really doesn't realize how strong she is. So yeah. Also, we were just watching a video yesterday that said that the female puppies in this breed are more difficult to train because they like to be more independent and they're more stubborn, so that's great. And then apparently that this breed gets lost 0.9 times every month, so every 5 or 6 weeks they like to go on a little walkabout, which is also not ideal. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, but I hope you guys have had a really lovely New Year and New Year's Eve, and yeah, I have quite a few exciting videos coming up, so we will just see how everything pans out, and I will see you guys soon. Have a lovely week. Bye.